Damon Munches, who was one of the Treasury's chief negotiators with the House Financial Services Committee, so a guy who knows all the intimate details of the negotiation between the House and the senators, etc., and the congressman, he left the Treasury Department. You want to guess where he went? Yeah, he went to a lobbyist group. Huh, weird. It's called the Cyprus Group. In fact, the Cyprus Group brags that they not only have Damon Munches, who was a critical player in Tim Geithner's Treasury Department, but they also have on their board now, or in their company, Jeb Mason, who served as the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Business Affairs under Secretary Paulson. In fact, they have 4 critical ex-Treasury people from the last 4 administrations. They've got it covered. And they explain to their prospective clients, the Cyprus Advisory provides institutional investment managers with actionable intelligence, I love that, and analysis of political processes with outcome-specific probability and immediate market relevance. Let me put on my decoder ring for you. The translation of that is, we got the inside guys that know exactly what's going on, and they're going to tell you what regulations might or might not happen, and so you can make money off of it. Okay? So there's a couple of different angles to that. So one is, hey, we got the inside guys that are going to help you kill reform. The other is, well, whether it's going to happen or not, these guys know. So you'll at least be able to bet accordingly and make money off of it. So what are the different advantages of buying a guy like Damon Munches? Well, you get information. You get information on the White House plans. He was the guy who was the liaison between the White House and Congress. So he knows exactly what the White House actually intends to do, what reform they're privately for, because what they say publicly is a whole different matter than what they're pushing for privately. Number 2, he knows the intentions of all those representatives, because he's the one dealing with them. He knows, hey, Senator X is on board, but Senator Y is a problem, and Representative Z, oh, well, we can give him money and flip him over to our side. He knows all of that. So they buy invaluable information from him. The second thing that he's going to do is, and this is a great little trick. Now, remember, Obama, when he came in, he said, no more lobbyists working for us, and if you work for us, it'll take you 2 years after you leave to be able to work as a lobbyist lobbying the White House. Wait a minute, did you catch that? Lobbying the White House. So Damon will not be lobbying the White House, he'll be lobbying Congress. That's what you call a gigantic loophole that allows you to do exactly what you wanted anyway. Okay? So point number 2, they get the advantage of lobbying Congress with Damon, with people he knows, is familiar with, they trust him, so he's going to come in and say, Representative King. You know, he had the great speech last week, Steve King did, of, you got to trust the lobbyists. Oh, but if they lie to me, well, then that might be an issue. But we need their advice and counsel. So he's going to come up and say, Representative King, come on, I'm going to tell you the reality, I'm going to give you the real facts, vote with us. Point number 3, and this is the most important point, goes right back to the beginning. It's the implicit bribe. Even if he doesn't do any lobbying, even if he doesn't give him any information, the whole time Damon's in the Treasury Department, supposedly doing financial reform, fighting for financial reform, he's thinking, I can't wait to get paid by Cyprus. If it's not Cyprus, it's going to be another lobbying group, but somebody's going to give me a whole lot of cash, and they did. He's the head of their New York division now. And they have not released what his salary is. I can guarantee you it's a hell of a lot of money, okay? So with that big paycheck sitting out there, you think Damon's going to do real financial reform? Or you think he's going to be like, well, maybe if we write a couple more loopholes, it won't be so bad. Oh, look at this, gigantic paycheck from Cyprus I got. Funny thing happened. But it's not just this guy Damon Munches, and I don't know him, and I don't know his intentions or not his intentions. I know what the results are, right? It's all of them. They all know that huge paychecks waiting for them if they play ball. Don't you, under any circumstances, actually fight for the American people and actually do financial reform. If you do, nobody's going to pay you. You think if you fight for reform, the Cyprus Group is going to hire you? They're not going to hire you. So how the hell are we supposed to get control of this system when everybody in the government's either bought or is going to get bought? You have to have massive change of the system. campaign finance reform and real lobbying reform. No, you don't get to work as a lobbyist, lobbying this part of the government or that part of the government later. No, if you work in the government, how's this? 5-year ban on any kind of lobbying or advisory position or whatever. Oh, no, that's too draconian. What can they do? Blah, 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 blah. Hey, why don't they represent the people? How about that? Why don't they work in the government for the people instead of for the corporations?